What's going on, everybody? It's your boys over No Days Off DFS here to bring you that WNBA slate breakdown for the three gamer going live today since it's so late in the evening. So if anyone had any questions and stuff like that, they could be able to just pop in real quick, ask the question, and I should be able to go ahead and answer it. But I am going to do like I normally do for the DFS videos where I'll just go ahead and go over to DraftKings, go game by game. As I finish one game, I'll check, see if you guys got any questions for that game, and then I'll keep going and so on and so forth for it like that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Before I get started, though, as always, if you guys new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content your boy drops off here on the channel, and drop a like on this video for this video or any of my other videos. Content is helping you guys win some money. As you guys can see, this week I already had put it out that a little bit, well, not a little bit, but a lot busy this week. I had 3 finals yesterday, man. I got one more today that I still haven't done. This one is online though, so a little bit lucky with that. But enough with me though. If you guys are on Twitter, X and whatnot, go send some support and prayers over for my boy BK. He's got some stuff going on. He's put it out on Twitter, but I'm not going to discuss it here on the stream. So if you guys are wondering, you want to send your prayers and stuff, just let him know that he's in your thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. Definitely go over to his Twitter and just let it be known over there. But as you guys know, I said when we get to 2,000 subs, we got that jersey giveaway. Little came in the mail today. We got that jersey though. We got the jersey. The Asia Wilson black jersey is in. So we run it up. We get it to that 2,000 subs. We'll be going ahead and being able to give that away. And it's going to be soon. It's going to be soon. All right. So looking at it, we got a 3-gamer. Not a bad slate, honestly. I do think that this Connecticut Suns and the Sparks game should be the best game on the slate just because you got 2 fast teams going up against each other. I know the Sparks, they've been playing pretty well over the last couple of games, and I was talking about it the other day. They can rise up to the occasion if they're playing some elite teams, and then they can also, when opposing teams are coming up against them, it gives them a good chance because they tend to rise to the level of the Sparks, which is pretty nice to see, especially whenever they're playing in LA. But Atlanta taking on the Chicago Sky, we got a lot of injury news over here for the Atlanta Dream. Maya Cadwell, she has been ruled out. I want to say she got injured last game, and so we got to see a lot of pow off the bench. She was slid in there and was playing and whatnot over there for them. Brittany Griner, she's already been ruled out, and Ryan Howard is out as well. Projected starting lineup, like I said, Pow, she more likely will be slid into the starting lineup. I would imagine that it should be Canada, Pow, and Gray should be slid into that 3 spot. Nas Hillman is already out there replacing for Brittany Griner. And then you got Brown and Jones. On the Chicago Sky side, Ariel Atkins is listed as a game-time decision. She did play last game. She did practice today, or was in shoot-around for them today. So I fully expect for Atkins to be back, the minutes to come up a little bit more. They finally snapped their, 7-8 game losing streak last time out going up against the Washington Mystics, which actually I haven't gotten to talk about it just because I've been so busy, but Leah Edwards finally got traded. She's going to the same situation that she kind of was in already in the Connecticut Suns. They traded J.C. Sheldon for her, so she's coming over here. It'll be interesting. I know that Tina Charles is a player that she looks up to and that she definitely has gotten some mentorship stuff like that from, but unless Murrow is going to go to the center, and I know Tina might be gone in the future or something like that, I kind of don't understand it because it's a logjam at forward that you got over here for the Suns, like you do, because you still got Olivia Nelson-Adota over there, so that's kind of weird. And then, of course, the real shakeup was the fact of that the all old people team in the Seattle Storm, they now have Brittany Sykes. She got traded from the Washington Mystics, which I think is a good pickup for them. I really do actually like the pickup for them getting Sykes over there on that team. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out over there for them. But anyway, I fully expect for Atkins to be able to play in this game. I don't see any reason why she should be out. Angel Reese has already been ruled out. Elizabeth Williams should be back in the starting lineup over here for them. So nothing too crazy over there for that. Connecticut Suns over here for them. Bria Hartley, she's a game time decision. I haven't seen any update in regards to that for her or anything. Of course, Leah Edwards is not going to play over here for them. And then, of course, J.C. Sheldon, she's not going to be available. So don't even click her on your lines if you were thinking about that today. Sparks, clean bill of health over here for them. Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark with the worst groin strain in the history of history. It is crazy for the fact of we have not seen her play, but less than 10 games this season. And it does suck because I really would love to see the development and what she worked on for the year. And unfortunately, we really did not get to see that this year so far. And then for the Phoenix Mercury, no news to report over there for them. Satu Sabli, she was back last game. And she actually looked much better than what she did the game before that. Copper, all the minutes limits, they're done with all that good stuff over there. So pretty good to see all that for them. Head on over to DraftKings, decide to play the most on the site. If you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the links down in the description box below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the Kang. Starting out with the Atlanta Dream taking on the Chicago Sky. Like I said, I fully expect for Pow Pow, like what they did in the last game where Cabo went down, they went ahead and had Pow Pow out there. It's going to be crazy because this should be a tight rotation. Right now, Theory is a game time decision as well for them. Really, I don't think too much in regards to Theory because I've never actually paid attention to Taylor Terry or anything like that before and whatnot. But with the amount of players that they have, the limitations, because I mean, just looking at the guards, pretty much you have 3 of your guards already going to be out there playing. You can play SWK. I would imagine that we should see some minutes for her here in the spot, but those minutes have been going down for her. And this is one of those spots where the guards, I mean, everybody actually can thrive going up against Chicago. But for me, of course, if Papa's in the starting lineup, this is a decent, great spot for her if she's able to knock down those threes. She's shown that she can, of course, do a little bit of everything. She can handle the ball, do some of the facilitating. She did that when Canada was out at 5'5". That's not a bad price tag at all, especially if she's starting and she's going to play upwards of 25, 30 plus minutes out there tonight. The shorthandedness at the Dream have, it makes her for a really great value play that we can get to. Alicia Gray, of course, we're going to want to be looking at her 10-6, rightfully so, especially because of the matchup, but the usage that she carries for this team with no Ryan Howard. Now you don't have Cowell out there. Of course, you don't have Brittany Griner, who actually had a pretty decent usage out there, 20-ish%, especially at the start of games whenever they were trying to get her involved. But I definitely do see the upwards of 35 plus fantasy points for her here in this matchup going up against the Sky. Not too worried about Ariel Atkins, who should still be on a minutes limit. Last time versus the Sky in 26 minutes, 26, and this was that crazy blowout before we went to the All-Star break. She had 32.75 fantasy points. Imagine the game will be much closer than that. So a decent spot. We definitely can come and pay down, go down to Canada, who didn't have a bad game herself. 23 minutes, 20.25 fantasy points. Her usage is going to go up. She is going to have to score. There's no reason why she's not going to be able to go out there and be able to do that in this spot. Over here for the fours over here, Brown Jones, not bad, 9,200. We do know opposing centers, they're okay going up against the Chicago Sky. I don't mind it at all, but I would much rather look towards the power forward spot, which has been pretty much, it's been eaten. If I'm gonna be honest, it's been eaten for him, and I really don't mind the value of Naz Hillman just because she brings so much on the defensive side, and she can rebound as well, just as good as Brown Jones being out there. And I mean, she even a little bit better than Brown Jones. Brown Jones, she's used to boxing out for players like Alyssa Thomas coming in and snagging rebounds. She already does it quite a bit for Ryan Howard whenever she was out there before, Alicia Gray as well. So, but Naz Hillman, her ability to actually stretch the floor, knock down those threes, and then what she brings on the defensive side, this is one of those matches where the running, the good style, the pace that the Sky can play with whenever they are actually trying to play in transition. And we already know that the Atlanta Dream, they can push themselves well, and then also the amount of threes that they like to get up themselves as well. I really do like the upside for looking at Naz Hillman, 8,400. It's not bad, but if I'm choosing between Brown Jones and Naz, I would just rather just go ahead and pay down, come down to Naz. It just makes sense to go ahead and go right there. And we've seen it, like I said, opposing power forwards versus the Sky. They've played very, very, very well going up against them. On the Chicago Sky side of things, really, there wasn't too much that stuck out to me. Cardosa, of course, no Angel Reese. She's got a double-double streak going on. I love her on the books for a double-double because she's been consistent with it. That's not a bad spot for her to be able to go out here and get it. The only person that she's really fighting with for the rebounds on her team is Elizabeth Williams. And Ewell at 7,800, I can see a good spot. Don't mind going ahead and playing over here for her. She's going up against a former team, of course, 25 minutes, 20.5 fantasy points in that game. Last game that she did play going up against them. Paige Buckets questionable for Friday. But if you don't want to pay up for Naz Hillman, Elizabeth Williams, the floor is a little bit shaky, but the ceiling is just is up there just as much as what Nas can go out there and get us. And the fact that she's actually out there starting, which she should start. I hope that they don't pull no BS on us today. But the double-digit shot attempts is a really great thing that I do see from her, and just the defensive upside that she does bring on a night-to-night basis. And if she can actually go out there and get a double-double, that would be just the icing on the cake. 7,800, like the price tag, not bad. And that would be your pivot to come off of from Nas. Benham, Nurse, Allen, Ariel Atkins, even with her being back, I really don't see myself necessarily paying for any of those guys. That would be more of a GPP lean. I don't see myself. I don't see the need to necessarily get there, especially because we do have value at the guard spot. And to me, it would be one of those pay up at guard, not worried about that mid tier option, or pay down at guard. Is where I can definitely see that over there for that. And then the forwards are really just what actually sticks out over there for the Chicago Sky. Any questions on that game right there? Let's see, pulling up the chat. Oops, did not mean to do that. All right. Going on over to the Connecticut Suns, taking on the Sparks. That's crazy. The Warriors have reached out to Josh Giddey's camp with interest in him. Yo, Josh Giddey with some decent defenders around him and his ability to be Josh Giddey for Kuminga? A Kuminga and Josh Giddey trade? That might not be bad. Maybe. I can kind of see it. All right, Connecticut Suns taking on the Sparks. This one right here, like I said, this should be a really great game. And I kind of, when I was playing around with stuff, seems like it's game stackable to me, especially Spark side. There's, of course, several key players you can play over there on that side. And then the Connecticut Sun really just kind of boils down to Tina Charles, Marina Mabry. Do you want to play for either one of these guys? I think Marina, 8,300 is kind of crazy. Her price is, it's not getting bumped up higher. And it's just because she's come off of 2 rickety games at least, but she's playing the minutes. So the upside position, the spot is there. This is a great matchup for her. We just saw what Kelsey Mitchell was out there doing, going up against the Sparks. If Marina comes out here and she's able to just knock down those 3 balls, able to facilitate like what she's been attempting to do, and just go ahead and just stay with the flow in the offense and everything. You tell me she's going to jack up over 15 shot attempts. I love the upside for her, especially at 8,300. That's not bad at all. This would be like the best mid-tier option at the guard spot. If you want to go mid, kind of would be my only one. Like, especially if Bria Hartley was to miss, I feel like the ball would be in Marina's hand. Like, she's the one driving the force in regards to what's going to go on with setting up the offense, because they don't have Sheldon over there anymore. And that's only if Hartley was to miss too. Outside of that, Tina Charles is, of course, just a great matchup for the going up against the Sparks. Opposing centers, they've been great going up against them. Not a bad position. 10-2, though, is a bit pricey to want to pay for Tina Charles. I definitely get it. She's on the road, but she is coming off a rest. This is going to be the second game on the road for them, so not in that third, fourth game type position where she's doing multiple days of travel and things like that. So I'm not going to worry too much in regards to her legs just yet. But definitely 10-2, it is a bit pricey. I definitely see her as a GPP option. I don't feel like too many people are going to be on her at that price. Moreau, same song, different day for her, man. It just doesn't make sense. The potential that we can see in her to be out there on the court and just not actually get to see her get to do it. And it's just because those minutes, the rotations, the jankiness of, hey, we're going to feed you the ball. Hey, we're not going to feed you the ball. Hey, it's too much inconsistency for a young player. And then now you're bringing in Leah Edwards to bring in and mix into this fold. I honestly don't know what the hell they're doing over here for them. And it's ridiculous. Still gonna always just be a GPP option play because there's no telling if she's gonna actually play some good minutes or if she's not. Definitely opposing power forwards, it's an okay spot going up against Derek Hamby. As long as she doesn't get herself in foul trouble, she can actually go out there and have a decent day. If they're gonna continue to start LeCann at 5K and she can hopefully get more than just less than 25 minutes, she has the upside to give us a hell of a lot more. She also does have to stop fouling as much as what she does whenever she's out there on the court, but great spot, good upside. Going up against them, she did play 31 minutes versus them early in the season. Last month, she played 31 minutes, had 19.5 fantasy points, 7 actual points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. The big thing for her is like she's a really great defender, able to get into those passing lanes, get those steals and things like that. And at 5K, if she's going to start, I love that. Like that is like dog tier value right there for a player of her caliber, especially if Bria Hartley was to miss. She's another one that can go out there, somewhat set up the offense. Not going to say that she's polished in regards to setting up the offense and whatnot, but she will definitely hunt for her shots and she's not afraid to pull at all. And I do like the upside, especially at that 5K price tag. With that being said, though, if Hartley was to miss it, of course, you don't have Sheldon. Lindsay Allen, this just feels gross to even have to consider her, but that's a deep GPP option. I highly doubt that they would start her, but that's kind of their only other guard that they they would truly have to consider of the ability to be able to play. I know Sanaya Rivers is there, 6,200, but her minutes are just so left and right. I cannot endorse even attempting to want to play her. Just go ahead and pay down for Pow Pow instead. Or just take a chance with LaCan. I couldn't do that in regards to Sanaya Rivers. I got to see some type of consistency over there for her before I can even go there. On the flip side of things, for the Sparks, Plum, 11-4 guards versus the Sun. I mean, with their rotations and stuff, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Great spot. 34 minutes, 33.25 fantasy points versus them. 29 minutes, 46 fantasy points. She's going to be going out there. She's going to shoot. The playmaking, just the fact that she's actually getting those assists and things like that, love it for her. For one of my favorite plays over on the books for her right now currently is her 6 assist. Of course, you can take the 4 for the safety, but 6 definitely seems to be a sweet spot in regards to what she has been hitting over, especially just look at the last several games, 11, 7, 8, 8, 6, 7. And one of those games, of course, was going up against the Connecticut Sun, where she has 6 assists in that game. I understand the game prior, only 3 assists. In that one right there in 34 minutes, but just the potentials have been there over her last several games, and I think this is just another one of those great spots. What is the total on this game? Because I know it should be the highest. I want to say the last time when I looked at it, it should definitely be up there in regards to total. But I like Kelsey Plum definitely as a pay up, spend up position at the guard spot. This is really great. And then of course, if we can't pay up for Plum, Derek Hamby, I don't mind, but Azrae Stevens, man. Her ability to actually be able to go out there and stretch the floor, and we see it. Opposing centers, pretty much every center, I want to say like at least the last 5, 6, 7 centers going up against the Connecticut Sun have literally cooked when they're out there on the court. Pulling it up right now on my phone to be able to actually let you guys know. But Jonquil Jones, 42.25 fantasy points, and 31.5 fantasy points. Ezzy, 30.75. Stevens, recently when she went up against them, 44.5 fantasy points. And then the game prior to that, she had 44.25. She's cooked versus them, being able to go out there, stretch the floor. She's knocking down that 3 ball. Of course, she's going to get those rebounds as well. Then the block is still upside. Those defensive stats that she just adds, those cheeky little things, it's great. Even with Brink being back, which I thought was going to really mess more with her minutes, just because both forwards, both centers, technically, in all aspect, but it actually hasn't. And she's still showing us that she has that upside. So at 10-4, definitely do not mind it at all, and can definitely endorse playing that. I would much rather come down here instead of trying to get over here to Hamby and getting cute. Hamby, okay play, okay position. Just not that high up on the totem pole for me whenever I'm looking at everything right now. 30 minutes, last time out, 39.75 fantasy points. Okay position, okay spot. Not going to chase it or anything like that. RJ, coming off an amazing game last time. Well, back-to-back amazing games. 35.75 fantasy points with 25 actual, 27 and 25 fantasy points. The only problem that I ever have with RJ is at the moment I decide I want to play her, she goes out there and she just literally bust bombs, combust. So GPP option, I do not like. I'm not gonna say it's a bad spot for her, but I just don't like necessarily her price. I just don't see myself getting to that right there, especially when I have pretty much Don Silman that's right there in that position spot. I can go ahead and get to Elizabeth Williams, things like that. She would be, if you would consider it, the GPP pivot that you can get off of them. I'd say she has a safe floor of about 20-ish fantasy points right here, and of course you can go out there and get you about closer to that 30, 35 fantasy points if she's got it cooking like what she has been over these last several games. Julia Holloman, the price is slowly coming down, but I need it to come down just a little bit more. I definitely like her over there on Prize Picks. I want to say they had her at 22 fantasy points. Definitely a decent spot. She's still very much involved in regards to the playmaking. She can get you some defensive stats, and she's a decent rebounder for a guard as well, and she can chip in a couple of points. But 7,900. Pay down for the guards. Like there's no point. It's either pay up or just go ahead and pay down for the guards that we have. I don't see myself getting to a 7,900. Julia Alden, Cameron Brink sitting comfortably at 5,600. This is your swing that you could potentially take. We know that she's slowly getting those minutes bumped up. I say maybe 17, 18 minutes here today. 5,600, great spot. I mean, if the Sparks somehow blow the doors off the Sun, could be some more Cameron Brink time that we could see. She's of course got the blocks, and she can go ahead and continue to find her shot, get those rebounds, things like that. I don't hate it at all. Ray Burrow sitting at 5,200. You might as well just play LaCan or just go ahead and play Pow Pow. That could be your mid-tier, your mid option in between those two right there if you want to get there. I really don't see necessarily upside for going with Burrell here in the spot. I just think that's way too, for her role and her position over there for them. I just don't see the point for that. Everyone else, I really don't have any too much interest in any of that else over there for the Sparks. Any questions on that game before I go to the next one? All right. I don't see nothing from you guys. So, oh shit. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why, but my restream is not showing me the chat. So I just clicked over to my YouTube tab real quick so I can see. So let me catch back up on this real quick for y'all. Let me catch back up. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get it. Good evening. Thanks for going live. And no problem, Ace. I had the time to just trying to unwind a little bit today. Been busy, like literally. My head is fucking spinning. Hey, do send my best to you and your family. Man, my boy B, just keep praying for him. So let's get it. Thank you for you doing prayers up for BK. Definitely. You got, yes, I do got the jersey. I do got the jersey. Like I said, we get to that 2,000 subs for a fact. If you guys want to read the tag, if you can see it, it is in fact the Asia Wilson Nike jersey that I said that we were going to order and that we were going to get. So yeah, definitely. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Hey, Elijah, yeah, that is a fact. He said, bro, thanks for doing the video live today. I can tell you're exhausted. Your hard work will pay off for sure, man. I hope so, dude. I'm a vent/rant for a little second. My exam that I took yesterday, I swear, professors like word stuff so crazy. Like you can cram and study, like not even cram, like study the shit that they tell you to study and get it to the T. And then I swear it's like they figure out a way to twist the words to confuse the shit out of you in regards to what you know that you know. But luckily for me, I passed one of my exams yesterday. I got a 92 on, so that was great. I was already passing that class with a 95, so that just solidified that A right there for me. My one of my other exams, I got a 80, so I finished the class completely with the 80 in that one right there. And then my one I took last night still hasn't been graded. They got to go in and actually grade the essay portions that I did on that. So waiting to get my grade in that right there. But I got one more tonight that I got to take, and I'm ready for a break. All right. I'm late. Thanks to meet the teacher at school. You on Big Liz tonight versus the Dream. I don't mind Elizabeth Williams at all. Like for me, like I said, it's either we can go to Nas Hillman, that's right there, or you can drop down and you can go ahead and get to you can go ahead and drop down and you can get to go ahead and playing Elizabeth Williams right there. Like the prices are not too bad apart in regards to dropping down for it. And just like understand, to me, how did I word it earlier? I had said that Elizabeth Williams can go out there and get us a floor game, like, or she can go out there and get the same ceiling that we can get from Nas. Like it's so true. Satu. Who over there? So now the comments are finally popping up on Restream instead of popping up over here on the YouTube for me. Last one I'm going to answer over here real quick is, do you think the Sparks game will be a blowout? No, I do not think that the Sparks game is going to be a blowout. I don't think so. I definitely do think that the Connecticut Sun, they're with Marina Mabrey actually being back. I do think that that one, long as she's in the flow rhythm and everything, that they can keep it close. Tina Charles, of course, she's not injured. They're not too many days in regards to this road trip that they're playing and everything right now. I do think that it can be a decent close game. Plus, Sparks can sometimes come out and drop down to the competition. Like we've seen it before. Matter of fact, I was supposed to be looking to see what the total was for this game. The total in this game is expected to be, it's a 172 point correction, 175 total. And right now they do have it as a 10-point spread for the Sparks. I really do think that this game should be close, and I really do. I love this game. I really do. But between the Satu and Rakia, I would go with Satu. I would play Satu over Rakia. RJ on her team, there's a lot more mouths to feed on the Sparks than there necessarily is on the Mercury. And what I mean by that is, on the Sparks, you got RJ, you got Hamby, you got Plum, you got Azra Stevens, who's getting her cheekies and stuff over there, and then off the bench, well, We could add Alleman, even though she's more of just a facilitator. She really doesn't give a damn about that. But Ray Burrell, when she comes in, of course, she's trying to jack a person, and you're trying to integrate Brink over there for him. Over there for Satu's case on the Phoenix Mercury, it's really in the pecking order: Satu, Copper, AT, everybody else. You get the leftovers from off of us. So I'd rather take the player who has the more condensed usage on a team that doesn't have as many mouths to feed and who has upside and is technically mispriced still to me in Satu. All right. But yeah, go ahead, just drop any of the questions that you guys got. I'm gonna go on to the next game, and then I'll be able to come back to this. But before I do, how would you stack the Sparks and Suns? All right, so if I was looking to try to actually run a stack for the Sparks and the Suns, first and foremost, just the value, like what I was talking about, that you can actually come over here and get with LeCan. I would take that straight out the gate, right there. Now, Marina Mabry, I don't mind going ahead and coming to her at that price. It's not bad at all. And if you want to go crazy, GPP swing, definitely Tina Charles will be the other option that I would take over here from the Connecticut Sun. On the Spark side, to complete this one, I definitely do like Kelsey Plum as a pay-up option over here for him. And then Azrae Stevens would be kind of where I would round it out as taking like a nice little stack over here from this game. If you want to get different, crazy, you could definitely switch off of Azrae, go with Derek Hamby. That's not bad at all. But sitting at that 775 with the value that you got with Pow Pow, that 5K, that lets you get something in that mid-tier option. And of course, we have Nas Hillman that's already there, Elizabeth Williams. So the mid options, and then Satu Sabali, the mid options that you can actually get at the forward spot to finish out this build, it's not bad at all. Like this is a very solid stack that you can actually take from this game. Yeah. All right. All right. Going on over to the Indiana Fever, taking on the Phoenix Mercury. Centers versus the Mercury have been cooking, literally cooking every single game that I have watched and gone back and look at for them. And Aaliyah Boston, I am shocked to even say that I really do actually like Boston finally without freaking Caitlin Clark being out there. 11K, not bad at all. I think, and don't kill me, if you're making multiple lines, I really do like the idea of completely fading Alyssa Thomas. Like, I don't think you need her, even though I will sprinkle because she has a chance to repeat for 3 straight triple doubles. I will sprinkle. Last time I looked at it, I think it was like a plus 3 or 400, something like that. I would sprinkle on AT's triple double. Of course, AT double double, that's kind of been guaranteed money right now for her. But I don't think you necessarily need AT tonight. And I think you can actually switch over to Boston. I'm going to read off the last couple of centers versus the Phoenix Mercury. Tina Charles, 28.25 fantasy points in 31 minutes. Cardosa, 35 fantasy points in 28 minutes. Brianna Jones, 33 fantasy points in 23 minutes. Boston, and she played them, I think, a week and a half ago. Aaliyah Boston, 39 fantasy points in 30 minutes. Shakira Austin, 33 fantasy points in 28 minutes. Everybody's been pretty much green going up against the Phoenix Mercury. I don't know what it is. Well, it's the fact that they give up so many rebounds. They take so many threes. The rebound opportunity is there. They're not so great in regards to just defending the paint period themselves anyway. I love it. 11K for her. I definitely like the spot. She's been rolling. She's been playing good. And then it's just an added bonus that she's actually getting us some assists and things of that nature. And it kind of helps that you're going up against the Phoenix Mercury where she can kick out, get to some of those open shooters such as Kelsey Mitchell or McDonald, actually showing that she can knock down a 3-ball and will take those 3-point shots. I like the spot, and I definitely do not mind. Aaliyah Boston, 11K. That would be my direct pivot from one, Hamby, who is like 200 more. I see no reason to be playing Hamby over Boston. Like I don't necessarily, especially like I said, I love Azrae Stevens instead, but Boston 11K, nice, decent position and spot for her. Outside of that, Kelsey Mitchell came alive finally last game, 50 fantasy points. Can she repeat that again versus the Phoenix Mercury? I don't know. I really don't know. For her, definitely a GPP option, 9,400. I don't hate it. I think I would just rather come down here to Ari McDonald, who's been showing me she has some very good upside, especially the aggressive Ari McDonald that we're actually seeing. 4 straight games of actual double-digit shot attempts. And then, of course, she's not slacking on her assist or the upside that she gives us over there. If you're looking for like a parlay piece to build on like FanDuel, DraftKings, something like that, Ari McDonald for at least 4 assists, I like that. She's been constantly been able to hit that. And her average right now for assist per game is 4.6 assists. So definitely a really nice smooth spot and position that you can actually take right there for her. Outside of that, Natasha Howard. I hate Natasha Howard. Is going to continue with the I hate Natasha Howard. She actually should be able to go out there and attempt to defend Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabali over here, but I won't be there to find out. 8,900 again. I'd rather just go ahead and come down to Nas Hillman, Elizabeth Williams, the pay up GPP option you can pivot to, go right there. But come to Natasha Howard, you might as well just pay up a little bit more to get to Brown or Jones, who's right there as well, and who has to me, a little bit safer of a floor than Natasha Howard. Natasha, for me, would just be boom or bust GPP. Sophie Cunningham facing her former team. Last time going up against them, 16.75 fantasy points. And I know they played again earlier this season. I don't see it right now, and I'm not going to rack my brain trying to find it, but 7,100 guard position, again, pay down or just completely pay up. That's how I see it. I don't see myself getting to Sophie Cunningham if I got to. Same thing for Lexi Ho, Sydney Colson. Chloe Bibby, who I actually thought was going to be in the rotation, seeing minutes. Those minutes are just wild and sporadic. They've gone back to actually giving Dantas some minutes burn and run. But honestly, between Bibby, Dantas, Timpson, all of them are just, it's too sporadic in regards to when they're going to actually get their run, who's going to actually play minutes, and it's not even worth the headache to try to figure it out, at least not for me. Phoenix Mercury, Alyssa Thomas, I don't have to talk about it. I really don't have to beat a dead horse. Like I said, she's on she can go out here and actually repeat or three-peat, back-to-back triple doubles. Definitely a great spot. She came close when she played versus them, like I said, a week ago, where she had 32 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. She had a chance to actually get it. Just everybody was missing some shots. It was a crazy game for the fact that it was 107, 101. I still find that very crazy in regards to that being the total. But Alyssa Thomas, I don't have to talk that up. K Copper at 8,100. Definitely don't mind it, but I would say I much prefer coming down here to Satu Sabali. Like, honestly, who is going to stop her on the Indiana Fever? Besides, the only person that can stop Satu Sabali is Satu Sabali herself. And I will throw that game that she had versus them the last time, which granted, she fouled out. She wasn't even able to get in the rhythm. She fouled out of that game. She shot 14 times. She came back last game, was actually much more efficient. Of course, it's Connecticut Suns. Someone do that, but 23 actual points, 6 rebounds, and she's chucking up the 3-ball still. Going out there, she's looking for her shots, hunting for shots. We know she can actually go out there and get some rebounds. She definitely can bring it on the defensive side, especially after getting called out by the coach, which she gave the effort in this last game. It is honestly wild to me that you went from 8,700 down to 8K. That is crazy. But love this upside, love this position, love the spot for Satu Sabali. She could go out here and actually kill it and crush at that price. But that's why I was saying, you guys are asking me between RJ, Satu. I would much rather play Satu when it comes down to it for them. And if you want an even better comparison, this is the exact same spot that RJ just was in because she just played versus the Fever. RJ went out there and dropped the 35 fantasy points. Satu, you go out there, you give me 35 fantasy points at that price tag. That's not bad. And upwards, because we know Satu has a ceiling of getting us 40 plus fantasy points. We've seen it time and time again. So definitely like Satu Sabali here. DB off the bench, hell no, I'm not really liking it. Matt got played off the floor last time versus them. If she's not starting, I mean, even if she starts, I really don't have an interest in playing her because it's been a 3-headed monster rotation over there at the center spot with Mac, Westbelt, and Kalani Brown. And I don't see any center necessarily sticking, so I don't have a reason to go to any of those right there. Monique Makane, again, Pow, freaking Lacan. I'd rather take one of those two right there. But if you want an actual pivot for someone that is starting and will play 20-ish minutes, definitely you can mess with McConney if you want to go right there for that. Outside of that, Sammy Whitcomb, 5,400, playing off the bench. We know she's going to play at least about 20-ish minutes. If that 3 ball's falling, she can go out there and have a decent day. Don't mind her as a potential pivot, but it's really going to be the main 3 over there for me that I would actually want to get to over there. All right, going to go ahead and look at some comments. And then I'm going to actually give you guys a core on stream. And this will be the core that is actually going up on the Patreon. So definitely stick around for that. First of all, love and prayers for you and your family. Thank you for what you do. Hey, no problem, Tran. Thanks. So I always look forward to your videos. Hey, try to. We'll be back to regular schedule program for sure next week. Breakdowns, everything will be back next week for sure. But just was way too busy and everything tonight. I decided to pass on tonight's slate and did a draft on underdog. My team is Hamby, Azrael Stevens, Hillman, Tina Charles, R. McDonald. Okay. Yo, that's a very solid team that you got right there, honestly. That's very solid, and I highly doubt that. I mean, that double big of Hamby and Stevens, you're getting all the forward points that you can get right there. Tina Charles comes out here and has a decent day, and when I say decent, I'd say anything that's north of 25, 28 fantasy points will be great for her. And then Ari, just the way that she's been playing these last couple games, and you can attack Monique out there on the defensive side, Sammy out there on the defensive side, because Ari's not going to have to deal with Kalia Copper on the defensive side. That's one of the great things right there. And that's another reason why I feel like I'm down on looking at Kelsey Mitchell, having to deal with Copper, actually a lengthy defender, a good defender, and someone that can match your foot speed. As nah. And LaCan, just like if she's starting, let that'll be awesome. You are not lying right here, Face. Or sorry, Jesus Christ, it keeps moving. You're not lying right here, fam. So Sophie gets the rep that she's such a great defender and everything, but if you actually watch between Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull, both of their defenses, I cannot stand it because one, they somewhat flop. They not even somewhat, they flop quite a bit when they're out there. They definitely can get beat, especially whenever they start to backpedal and shit like that. They get beat almost every single time, and it's just her trying to match up against Satu Sabali. I would be surprised if Satu does not just go ahead and take her down into the post almost every single time. You're going to have to send a double over there. I definitely would expect for Natasha Howard to have to rotate and actually send a double over there for that, because there's no way if you leave Sophie on the island here in this game, like Satu's gonna have a good day, bro. Satu's gonna cook. Do you have a time of core or just wait for picture? I will put a core up over here, and then like I said, it will be the same core that is going to go up on the Patreon. So either you can wait for it on the Patreon, or you can see it right here. Would you take Sachu Zabli over 28.5 fantasy points on underdog, or which prop do you like the most? Let me pull. I'd have to pull up underdog to tell you their props, but 28.5 on underdog, that definitely sounds doable for Satu, especially if she has a scoring night that I do believe that she can have out here. I don't mind it. But pulling it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Smitch. Ruse. So for me personally, it's not nothing too crazy for me is happening. It's just that I have my one of my son's birthday. His birthday is actually today. Is his birthday, and we're celebrating this weekend. But I'm in college, so I'm doing finals and stuff like that this week, and so that's why I've been so busy. As far as what else is going on, my boy BK, as you guys know, I have him on stream and stuff like that. We literally, this company, No Days Off, is something that me and him started. What? I think it's going on 3-4 years ago now that we came together and started and everything. But he's going through something right now in his with his family, with his life and whatnot. And like I said, he's put it up on Twitter. So if you want to go over to his Twitter, but I'm not gonna necessarily just share and go in and talk about it on here, just because that is his thing and stuff that he has going on. But definitely, thanks for the love. Comment God. We made it. I thought Cunningham's D was green, not red. Yo, I get it. Yeah, if y'all ain't see that, bro, she actually got clocked with that damn was that damn green. She got clocked with it. She got clocked with it. Can you run Sabrina and Thomas together? Single? Yes, yes. I mean, the beautiful thing about the fact that Liz Thomas has such a high usage and the ball's in her hand, and she's just constantly doing everything over there for them. Like it's beautiful. And then of course the players that succeed off of her passes. So if Satu's going out there having a good day and a great game, more than likely, Alyssa Thomas, she's either getting those assists, she's probably getting the rebound that's leading to an outlet pass or something like that, or she's setting up for the potential play. And then I mean, this the defensive stats again. She's gonna. AT is not going to finish this game without having a double-double. Will come close to having a triple-double, or will have a triple-double in this game. So that's just what makes Alyssa Thomas kind of secure for us in the long run. Unless somehow, some way they decide they want to run some crazy double in action or something to Alyssa Thomas, which I highly doubt that they would do. She has to get into the paint, into that, like, that good, not even mid-range, below the mid-range, to really be effective in regards to scoring. She's showing she could somewhat figure out how to use her shoulders lately, but I don't believe that she's going to go out here and drop another 32 actual points on them. I think it will be more of a balanced scoring for Alyssa Thomas tonight. Maybe something like 16 points, the 11 rebounds, 10 assists is what I would have her pegged at for a line on tonight. I was pulling up Underdog on my phone, and then I got sidetracked. Alyssa Clark is going to be making her debut for the Washington Mystics on Friday. Okay, trying to get my Underdog to work. All right, so if I was to actually go ahead and start out with a core over here on tonight, like I talked about it already, the value that we actually do have up at the guard position is kind of hard to beat in my eyes for a fact. So LaCan at 5K if she's starting, which pretty sure that she is. I don't see them going back to it. It's not like you have Sheldon that you can put into the starter lineup now with her being gone. And I know Sinai Rivers, she was starting before. They moved her to the bench. I think that could be hopefully they stick with that move right there. Even if LaCam wasn't to start, they still don't have enough, to me, guards that they're going to be able to rotate through. Sinai gets herself in a foul trouble or some crazy BS happens. I can see her just going ahead and getting yanked and pulled anyway over there for that. Now, going over here down to the forward position, I'm only going to give you guys one guard. I've talked enough in regards to the actual guards to play on today's slate. For the forward spot, straight up out the gate, I love Naz Hillman. Just the price, the matchup, the spot, going up against the Chicago Sky. We've seen it already. Opposing power forwards, they have been able to go out here and cook. Outside of Kiki having a down game, and granted, I will give the Washington Mystics a pass just because, like, hey, one of your anchors on the team, vets that you love so much, just got traded away. So I will give them that they were not in the right headspace before that game. But before that, Alyssa Thomas, 47 fantasy points, Salam, 32, Fee, 45, Brianna Jones, 32. This is a great spot. Again, the usage should be there for her. She's been aggressive. The fact that she can actually go out there and possibly get us a double-double, but what she brings on the defensive side, and we know Chicago turns the ball over quite a bit. I like it for Naz Hillman. She's been playing amazing, lights out, and great over there for them. Now, this is right here at the last spot. And this is where I would actually pay up for one of my forwards that I'm looking at for today. It's between Alyssa Thomas, Aaliyah Boston, Azurá Stevens. I love all three of these plays, definitely right here. And I will let you guys pick one of those three right there, honestly, that you can slide in. You don't have to go with who I put myself. For me, like I said, if I'm building single entry and I want to get different and I want to be just a little bit different from the field, and hopefully you guys can figure out where I'm going with this. Lee Boston, I would take Lee Boston just for the position, the matchup, the spot, and honestly, I can get my access to the Phoenix Mercury from someone else who is underpriced. But that's where I would actually start out for my build. This would be the core for me tonight in regards to building a lineup. Can you play Nia Coffee? Yeah, definitely. Actually, I honestly forgot to talk about her, but last time out, of course, without Cadwell being there, and then the fact that SWK, her minutes are shrinking and reduced, Nia Coffee is a good value option. And she's in the first game. I wish that their game kind of started at the same time with the Connecticut Sun, because I was going to say I would put LaCan in the util spot and be able to just switch Nia Coffee if need be. But Nia, she shouldn't be able to go out here and hurt you. It's the fucking Chicago Sky. Even though they went out there, they won their last game, still they have their defensive lapses and things like that. We've seen it all season. This is not going to change just because they won one game. Connecticut Sun are going to be the Boston Sun soon. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they were, because one, it's not like they're going to be leaving New England, which is one of the big things that they want to do, is keep the team in New England. But all these girls, all these teams, if there is a brother NBA team in one of the cities that any of these teams are, especially because their seasons don't line up and are not going at the same time, why the ladies can't use the practice facilities, or why they don't have the joint practice facility, something. Like I just seen today, the Dallas Wings, we're sharing freaking our practice arena with a damn graduation that was going on today. So in our practice got pushed back an hour because of that. There's no reason why it's still just so far behind with this shit and everything. You got in Connecticut, aren't they practicing like the YMCA or some shit? Like, come on, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. What do I think about Bree Jones? I may have missed it. Bree Jones, she's a fine play, but I just think that Nas Hillman, at her price, it made sense to be able to come down here to her 9,400. I did say that if you were like going back and forth from regards to playing Natasha Howard and Brianna Jones, I would take Brianna Jones instead, just because I feel more secure in regards to what she's going to have to go out here and do. Like we're looking at the forwards that they have over here for the Atlanta Dream. They don't have forwards. They don't. I understand she only played 26 minutes, and not sorry, I didn't mean to say you can't. You can't go super small versus this Chicago Sky team. Like, unless you really think you're going to be able to play Cardoso off the court, I don't think that we're going to see a game where Brown Jones is not going to have to be out there and at least playing 30 minutes to be able to match up and deal with it. You don't have Brittany Griner this time to be able to split that load and split those minutes and run right here. So I just don't I don't see it. Hey, I hope it was a good shift, man. Hope it was a good shift. Hillman at 1.5 is such a lean. It's Sky, as you said, but damn. Is that like 1.5 for what is 1.5 for her? If they still have her fantasy points at like 27, I want to say that's what it was on PriceBooks earlier. I would definitely take the over on that for Hillman as well. Can you play McDonald? Yes, absolutely. I don't know if you missed it in regards to Ari McDonald, but it was saying between her, Kelsey Mitchell, right there, Ari McDonald should be dealing with the Monique, with the Sammy Whitcomb type defense and things like that, and just her actual aggressiveness, looking to take her shots lately over these last 4 games, double-digit shot attempts, and she's still also maintaining getting those assists like what she's been showing us over the last several games. And of course, she can rebound. She's a sneaky little guard, be able to get some defensive stats as well. She's actually pulling the 3 ball. All those things are adding up for her out there. And for the fact she's not gonna, shouldn't. I'm not gonna say she's not going to, but she shouldn't have to deal with the Kalia Copper defense as heavy as Kelsey Mitchell. I would prioritize Ari McDonald over Kelsey Mitchell right now. I understand Kelsey came off a really hot game, great game. It was the Sparks. Like that. That's the only thing I can say about that. It was the Sparks. But Ari, I like that right there. Hillman is 29 fantasy points on underdog. I would still take the over. They don't have any bigs. Like Gail, they don't have any bigs, bro. So she's gonna be out there. Like she's going to be out there. She's going to. There's that's just one of them plays right there, man. She's gonna be out there. She's going to be. She's gonna be. Some other prop plays that I actually did like, which I need to get this fucking underdog to load. Yes, I agreed to the fantasy terms. Blah blah blah. Sorry, my app had to update. What y'all think about for the preseason tonight for NFL? Cardoso 10.5 rebounds. I actually like that. That's not bad at all. 1.5 3 points made. I take a sprinkle at that. She's jacking up the threes. She's taking them. Who else? I mean, besides Alicia Gray going out there and probably going to attempt 5 to 7 threes herself, who else is going to take those threes for them? I mean, in Canada, of course, Canada's going to take them. Pow, if she gets loose enough, she's going to take a couple herself as well. Let's see. Nas, they got her at 12.5 points over here. Oh, she's bumped up to 29.5 fantasy points now on underdog. Underdog, block steal. Yeah. 29.5. I don't hate it. I would bless you. I would definitely say I would take that if I'm building out like a flex, whatever their flex slip is over here on underdog, would be more comfortable just because that line has been bumped up so much. Once the line gets bumped up from the original line for me, of course, I then will lean to the side of caution when it comes down to it, but I still don't mind that at all. But real quick, going over some props that I did actually like over there on Price Picks. I did like the combo rebound prop for Camila Cardoso and Brianna Jones. Like I said, Camila, she's averaging a double-double right now with Angel Reese being out, and she's constantly had that back-to-back games for her as well. So I definitely do like that upside for her. And then, of course, Brianna Jones, she's just going to have to be out there. I know that Nas is eating into her rebounds, but hopefully this will be one of those games where she can actually go out there and get us about 8 or so rebounds. She's had great rebounds going up against the Sky so far in the season, even when she played 20 minutes, 9, 11, and 11 rebounds. So I do like that combo prop right there. That one kind of feels, I'm not going to say free, but it feels really good. And then the 3-point combo prop they have over there for the 4.5 for Kelsey Plum and Marina Mabrey, that one right there, I really do like that one. 4.5. We know Marina, she's going to chuck. If they're actually going down today, that's going to be great. And Kelsey Plum, she's going to take those threes. Besides trying to get to the rim and get to the foul line, we know Plum is going to actually jack up those shots as well. What else? Alyssa Thomas, like I said, very strong on her for potentially getting that triple-double. That RA was at 17.5. I like the over on that one right there for her as well. And then Kelsey Plum, 6 assists was another one that I was looking at as a potential play. Aaliyah Boston, 9 rebounds. She's been honestly just rebounding like crazy. This is a great spot. Opposing centers rebounding going up against the Phoenix Mercury has been a thing versus the Phoenix Mercury. When she played versus and going up against them already, she had 12 rebounds in that game prior, and that was in 30 minutes. So I do like that prop right there. And then if you want to take just the Cardoso rebounds itself without pairing it with the Brianna Jones, I do like that one as well. That it was at 10.5 when I was looking at it. Do you prefer 4 forwards, 2 guards, or 3 forwards, 3 guards? It honestly depends on the slate. It depends on the slate, and it depends on the value for me. If I feel like forward is really strong, like today is an okay day at forward. I mean, you have multiple forwards that definitely make it work for you today, and the value technically that we do have at guard makes it where it's like, okay, pay down at guard, pay up at forward kind of day. And this will be where I would say definitely for a fact, do the opposite in one line if you're making multiple lines, where you pay up at guard because everyone probably will be paying down at guard, and then you pay down at forward instead. But it honestly, for me, it depends on the slate. It depends on the slate for me whenever I'm going with that. Today, probably going to be a 4 forward kind of day for me. You have a personal bias against Bree Jones. She does absolutely nothing for me whenever I play her. Hot take, Nia Coffee scores more than her tonight. That might not be so hot. That might not be. I mean, I just think that they're going to need her size because Cardosa, unless she gets herself into foul trouble, she will be out there on the court and she's going to be a problem out there for them in regards to just the sheer size of what she is. And just, I mean, shit, as long as Bree keeps herself out of foul trouble too, it should be a decent spot for her out there as well. Like it really should. Like it's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get the score put up over here on the Patreon for everyone that's sub over there real quick. If anyone else got anything else, Satu 15.5 points. Yeah, I like the over on that. I mean, that's one of the main things that Satu's out there to do is to go ahead and score. And like I said, Sophie Cunningham, that defense right there, man, that's gonna be barbecue chicken. That's gonna be barbecue chicken. That is definitely barbecue chicken. Like honestly, let's pull up Prize Picks because I really do feel like you can actually make a decent flex slip and probably just like stack that game too as something that you can go to. I honestly do not log into anything when I'm on my damn laptop. Jesus Christ, let me in. Okay, thank you. Like, let me in. All right. Going on over to the WNBA tab. Like I said, so if I was like honestly stacking for this game, first play for me straight out the gate is going to be Leah Boston, which of course everybody's actually on it. 30.5, 30.3 people are on it. But the 9 rebounds, man, that just seems honestly too cheeky, too easy. I know 3 points made. When I was looking at it earlier, Satu was like, yeah, 1.5 demon. That's not bad. I could definitely mess with that. But for sure, Alyssa Thomas, 17.5. She's at least getting 11 something rebounds. It's just the assists once those get there too. And like I said, I could definitely just see the triple double loading for her in this game. Love the upside, love the spot, love the potential right there. Like it's straightforward. My mouse is acting stupid. And it's not trying to scroll back up for me now. Or actually, the site froze. Great. Which one is it? Hold on while your boy deals with this technical difficulties. Atkins is the pay up. I would like to get to another than a forward. Atkins 3 points made. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I figured the site must have fucking frozen me or something. All right. Points. Where's the game? Okay, here we go. Satu at 15.5. That's definitely not bad. I do not mind that at all. Ari McDonald 10.5. That's actually a decent one too. K Copper at 16. I would have to choose between these. For the sake of it, though, we're gonna take Satu 15.5. All right there. We're gonna take. Oh wait, let me see something. Hold on, let me see something. Because now, just looking at Copper, I kind of think I might pull an audible and go with Copper instead. Actually, you know what? I am going to go with Copper. Satu, I don't mind it at 15.5, but I am going to take Copper at 16. Like same thing for her. who's gonna guard Copper? Like she's actually a big guard, and you have two small guards out there in Ari McDonald and Kelsey Mitchell trying to guard them. That should be actually pretty nice over there for them. All right. Let's see. What do they got for 3-point attempts? What's Kelsey Mitchell's 3-point attempt? 7.5. I could fuck with that. I could fuck with the 7.5. What did she have last game? She jacked up 12 of them. Last time versus Phoenix, she only had 3. I'd mess with that. That's not bad. Sophie Cunningham 4. Long as she doesn't get her ass benched for the shit defense that she's about to go out here and play. Definitely would be one to consider right there. Let's see. Free throws. 2.5 for Natasha Howard. Boston. I could definitely see Boston getting to the line. Maybe we could mess with Satu for her free throws. I'm so tired. Actually, you know what? What's Satu's fantasy points at? Let's mess with the fantasy points. Where's fantasy points? Fantasy points. Fantasy score. Here we go. 29. Kalia Copper at 24.5? What? Ain't no way. Seriously? What? That's crazy. But that's with Satu, 29 fantasy points. All right, McDonald, bro. All right. Atkins, 3 points made. What they got our girl Atkins at? Atkins, they got her for go. What? They got her at 26 fantasy points too. How many minutes did Atkins actually play? Because I really just wasn't looking at playing her because I know she's limited, was why I didn't want to even go there. She played 24 minutes in her first game back. 24 minutes in her first game back. And she's had 25 and 45 fantasy points versus the Atlanta Dream. More than likely going to be able to get a switch onto little Pow Pow that's going to be out there attempting to guard her as well. 26 fantasy points. I mean, that's not bad. I could definitely mess with that. I'm going to have to go back and make a all fantasy point slip on some of the shit that just seems like it's a bit too low in my eyes. Let's see. Is that a assist combo? We got Plum, Mabry, nah. AT, McDonald, 13.5. I mean, Ari's going to get 4. AT sticks with my triple-double lineup, like my triple-double thoughts. I definitely could see the over for that. That 13.5 looks good. I could definitely mess with that. The rebound combo, I already said it. I love the Scamilla Cardoso and Brianna Jones. That's definitely going to be it for me right there. Yeah, there's nothing else I would take over there for them. Let's see, 3 points made. They still got the Plum and Marina Mabry 4.5. I definitely could go ahead and take that right there. Points combo. Let's see. Nope, just because Kelsey Mitchell, not trusting that, would need you to do some heavy lifting. Satu would have to do the heavy lifting right here because Leah Boston practically is averaging about 15 points whenever she wants to actually score, barely averaging a damn double-double, which is frustrating, to say the least. Honestly, these are the 3 best combo props they have up today. 4.5 threes made for Kelsey Plummer and Avery, Cardoso and Brianna Jones, 17 rebounds, and AT and Army McDonald, 13.5 assists. Like, I actually generally like that. NFL preseason. Anybody got something good for preseason? Anybody? But all right, that's gonna do it for me, guys. It went for literally an hour. Hopefully, I was able to get some good information out to you guys, and you guys enjoyed it and whatnot. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. Drop a like on the video if you guys, of course, enjoy the content and everything that your boys doing over here on the channel. Like I said, regular scheduled program. It will be back. I'll be back with it next week for sure. The articles and everything, and tennis, because we have the US Open is coming in 2 weeks, and we definitely got to ramp up going ahead getting into our tennis